Welcome to HTML tutorial series. In the previous tutorial, we have seen checkboxes and we have learned that checkboxes allow not one, two, many or all the options to be checked. In this tutorial, we will discuss the selection list. What is a selection list? A selection list will contain list of options and we can display this selection list in two different ways. Either we can display the selection list as a drop-down box or we can display it as a list box. If we display the selection list as a drop-down box, the user will be allowed to select only one option at a time. But if we display the same selection list as a list box, then the user can select more than one option. When will we decide to create a selection list? It is basically used to get inputs like date of birth, qualification detail, menus, suppose date separate, month separate, year separate. In such cases, we will create a selection list. Okay, I'll explain the creation of selection list practically. So, I'm using the same code which we were working with in the previous section. So here, first I'll give a break tag. And we all know break is a singular tag, so it should be written in this manner. Now, I want to get the qualification details of an applicant. So I'm using a P tag and I'll write here, suppose I want the professional qualification. So I'm writing here professional qualification. And what should I do? Close my P tag. I'll save. How to save? Go to file menu, click on save. Save the changes made to the notepad and refresh your browser. The browser has displayed professional qualification below the checkboxes. Correct? We have used a break tag. So professional qualification is pushed to a new line, right? These are the default settings. That is, as we have written the code in a similar manner, whatever by default is in the code, that is displayed on the browser window. Now, we'll create a selection list. And to create a selection list, which tag do we need? Selection list will be created using a select tag. And select is a pad tag. So, we need to close the pad tag. We have used a select tag. Select is a pad tag. So, it should be closed. The changes which I have done to the code, I'll save the changes and reload the browser window. Correct? Now, did you observe? As I told, the selection list is displayed here. Correct? Okay. If I click here, you can see a drop-down box is displayed, right? And as I told, the selection list should display a list of options, right? If I click here, it should display a list of options. But you can see it is empty. There are no options in it. So, now we'll create the options inside the selection list or inside the drop-down box. And how do we create options? To create the options, we need a pad tag again known as option. And option is the option tag is a child of the select tag. So it should be returned between the select and the select close. But what? If it is a pad tag always includes a text between them. So what between the option and the option close? You have to display the options. This drop-down box should display what options? Those text should be displayed here. So first what I want professional qualification as, say somebody is doing internship. So I am writing here intern. I'll save and reload the browser window. Now observe the drop-down box. It is displaying the first option as intern. You can create number of options by using the option tag. I'll copy this, press and enter, paste it out and change the intern value to say somebody is doing after 12 degrees, so I'll say undergraduate. Okay, again Control S and reload. Click on this particular drop down box. You can see the drop down box of the selection list is displaying 2 options, and as a user I can select any one of the options. Right, now this is a drop down box and it will display options when you click on the arrow, right? And you can select only one option at a time as explained before. So I'll create more options here. I'll copy this, click enter and I'll paste and I'll write here postgraduate. If a person is doing post graduation, he may select that option. Here I'll write PhD. Again I want one more, then I'll copy this, enter, paste and I'll write here, say somebody is doing MBA, so he may select MBA. I'll Control S and reload. Now, can you see? These are the default settings, and by default what is displayed? The first option is displayed, and when I click here, all the other options are displayed. I can select any one, right? If this is understood, we'll move to the next attribute. Now select tag has few more attributes. So we'll move further and learn the next attribute of the select tag. We all have learned every control that we create should be called by a unique name, right? Every control, because these controls will be identified. These controls will be used, accessed or identified in your processing page. How? By a name. So every control has a name. Select tag also has a name attribute. So to give it a name, I'll use the attribute name equal to inverted comma open. I've taught you in the previous tutorials how to give names. Select tag, my prefix will be SLCT. You can use some other name. I'm using the camel case notation. And as this drop down box is used for professional qualification, I'll call professional qualification. I'm not giving a big name, I'm giving a short name, right? You can give an ID. Right now I'm not giving an ID. Now I'll save and I'll reload. Okay, so from this drop down box I'm selecting postgraduate. So when I select postgraduate, what will go to the server for processing when I submit this page? From SLCT PROFQUA, postgraduate will not go. Its value should go for processing. So what is the value of postgraduate? We have not mentioned, right? So now we need to use the value attribute inside every option tag. Every option tag will be uniquely called by a value. You can give values as 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. You can give intern, undergraduate. I'll use short names. I'll say PU. Again, I'll copy this and paste. Copy. I've copied already. I'll just paste it in all the option tags and change the value. Values should be unique. So I'll change the value. Undergraduate, I'll say UG. Postgraduate, I'll say PG. You can write postgraduate. I'm not writing a big name. PhD, I will call short PD or PH. MBA, okay, I'll write MBA. No issues. Control S and reload. Now, this is a drop down box. The selection list is displayed as a drop down box. When I click here, I can find list of options, right? And when I click on postgraduate, what will go for processing? PG will go for processing. If I click on MBA, MBA will go for processing, right? Now, when I reload the page, if I save and I reload the page, each time I reload the page, you'll find the default setting. The browser displays the default setting, and by default, the first option is displayed. Suppose I don't want intern to be displayed when the page gets displayed. I want, okay, PhD to be displayed. Then what I do? I need to use the next attribute, the attribute inside the option tag called as selected. Why selected? Because from the drop down box or a list box, we select items or options. Okay, so selected attribute is used to mention by default which attribute should be selected. I have written selected in PhD. Reload. See, by default PhD is displayed. Correct? Now I'll proceed further. If I remove selected from here, I'll control X. If I remove it from here and I write it here, this attribute again has no value, and I reload the page, you'll find UG undergraduate is displayed by default, right? Now, this selection box is displayed as a drop down box. We need to convert it into a list box. So, to convert this drop down box to a list box, we just need a single attribute inside the select tag called as multiple. Simply write multiple attribute inside the select tag, save and refresh. You can see the selection list or the drop down box is now converted to a list box. Okay. And you can see list of items, you can scroll up and down, right? And an advantage here is at a time you can select more than one, okay, from this list box. How? Hold down the control key and click. You can select number of options. If you release the key and click, you can select one option. If you hold down the control key, you can select more options. And if I select more than one option, then an array of values will go for processing, right? I'll save again and reload the page. Okay. Can you see by default undergraduate is selected because we had written here selected option. Now the last attribute inside the select tag called as size. Size is used to define what should be by default the size of your drop down box or your list box. So if I say size is equal to 3, control S and reload the page, you can see by default 3 options or 3 items will be displayed in the list box. Okay, if I change the size to 8, control S and reload the page, you can see, observe the output. For 8 items, the option box or the list box is displayed, and by default and only 5 are displayed because we have created only 5 list items. I hope this is clear to everyone. For this tutorial, I'll stop here. We'll meet again in the next tutorial. Try doing all the tags which we have learned till now. Keep practicing and have a good day.